Hello, you're welcome. My name is Harrison. Today I'm treating bearings. I'm continuing with bearing questions. So we have a question on the board, and then let's see how we can start and continue. A girl starts from a point A and walks 285 meters to B on a bearing of 078 degrees. She then walks due south to a point C, which is 307 meters from A. What is the bearing of A from C and what is BC? As usual, the first thing to do is to draw, and then we start. So we locate. This is our east, west, north, and south. Now we are starting from here. It said get from a point A. So this is our point A, and walks this to B on a bearing of this. So assuming we have this, okay, and then that means this is our 078 degrees as we are seeing it. Then at this uh, point she now stopped and started taking another direction. She then walks due south. Due south means directly south of her, that's south of B. So let us take this to be B, and then due south we have this. She then walks due south to a point C, which is 307 from A, and that means let me reduce this. Let me take this to be my B, and then due south, let's take that this is the point. Okay, let's go down a bit. Okay, so at this point we have another cardinal point. Okay, so let us take this to be C, and then this is 285 meters. This is 307 meters. Okay, now we have to find what is the bearing of A from C. Bearing of A from C. A from C. The bearing of A from C should be from here, you go round until you get to the line joining. So it is going round like this, and that means we need to know this angle here. And if we know this angle, we have to subtract it from 360 to give us the bearing of A from C. That is starting from the north until you get back to the line joining them. Now, since this is 078, this should also be 78 degrees. The reason being that this is parallel to this. So having a transversal, the angle here is alternate to this. So this is 78, this is 78. Okay. And then we have to calculate this angle also. We have to calculate this angle. So, but we don't know it. Now, we are going to continue by, this is our small a, this is our small b, and this is our small c. You can put it here, or our small c should be outside. So that means we are going to use the sine rule to calculate this. And that means that, remember that in sine rule we have a over sine A equal to b over sine B equal to c over sine C. And where A, B, and C are referring to the small sides facing, for instance, if I have something like this, and I have A, B, C. This is the side I'm calling B, facing capital B, small a facing capital A, and small c facing capital C. So that's the idea I'm using. But here, we have to use the one of them we know complete, and then the one we are looking for. So if you check, we know small b, capital B. We know small c, but we don't know capital C. So let us pick this and this, because that's how we can get the bearing of A from C. And that means we are now going to take A over sine A is equal to, is it A over sine A? No. We are going to use B. That is, we are using this and this. So B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. And that will give us, what is our B? Our B is 307 all over sine B. Our sine B, B should be 78 degrees. Out of C, our C is 285 all over sine C. We are here to calculate that. So in continuation, we cross multiply, and that means that 307 sine C is equal to 285 sine 78 degrees. Again, for us to find this, it means that sine C is equal to 285 sine 78 degrees all over 307. So for us to continue, we have to check our table and then find the values. So in that case, we have sine 78 should be 0.9782 approximately. So that will give us 285 times 0.9782. We are dividing by 307. And if you do that, if you multiply, that will give us 278.787. 278.787. Then all over 307. When you divide, you have 0.9081. 0.9081. Okay, so that means to get the particular angle, we have to look for sine inverse this. Therefore, sine inverse C is equal to, you go to the table again or calculator and check this, and that will give us 65.8 degrees approximately. 65.8 degrees approximately. So that is about that. Then we have succeeded in getting this, which is the value of C, but we are looking for the bearing of, they say what is the bearing of A from C. So we have to subtract this from 360 because we are talking of going round to the line joining A and C. So coming up, we say that bearing of A from C is equal to 360 degrees minus 65.8 degrees approximately. And that will give us 294.76 degrees, approximately equal to 294.8. 294.8 degrees. That is the bearing of A from C. So the next thing now we are going to do is to calculate BC. To calculate BC. So go back. Now, before we calculate BC, we need to know this angle. And that means that we are now going to calculate angle A. And angle A should be 180 degrees minus bracket 78 degrees plus 65.8 degrees. And that is, we have it as 180 minus 143, 180 minus 143.24. Let me check. Sign what? Please coming. 65.24. Where did I get it? 0.98 is sin inverse C. Sorry, sin inverse C, please, is 65.24, not 8.24. 0.24, and when we subtract, sorry, yes, this should be 0.24, please. And when we subtracted, we got this, approximately this. Yes, so that's the correction. Now, this is it. And then we now have 65.24 degrees. Okay. And that gave us 180 minus 143, 143.24. So, and that gave us finally 36.8 approximately. 36.8 degrees. Okay, so we now move on So we have gotten our angle A to be this. The next thing for us to do is to calculate BC. So again, we used our formula. We know that BC is equal to A. Therefore, A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. And that will lead us to A over sine 36.8, which is equal to 307 all over sine 78 degrees. All over sine 78 degrees. Okay. So you cross multiply. That will give us A sine 78 degrees is equal to 307 sine 36.8 degrees. We are now trying to find the distance B to C. So in continuation, therefore A is equal to 307 sine 36.8. We are dividing it by sine 78 degrees. So if you do that, that will give us 307 multiplied by 307 multiplied by 0.5990. 0.5990. We are dividing by 0.9782. 0.9782. So coming up, we are saying that A is equal to 307 times 0.5990 all over 0.9782. Remember that that is the sign of this. And that will now give us, you check, that is 183.893. 183.893. Then moving on, divided by 0.9782. So finally, that will give us 187.99. 187.99, approximately equal to 188 meters. So that is the distance from B to C. Distance from B to C. We have calculated the bearing as well as the distance from B to C. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If there's any question, you put it in the comment section so that in my next video, I'll look at it and find solution to it. Thank you and God bless you.